Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Idle PodThing. We got a special little treat on this episode. We'll reveal in a minute. I'm Adam Hodge, president of the Comedy Society at Barbershop University, and I am joined, as always, by
Sam Strong, treasurer.
Ooh.
I
always wondered what your middle name was. It's just Sam 7 more times.
Yeah. My mum has a stutter.
That didn't go the direction I thought it was going at all.
What do you mean? I do the stuff with the money.
Yeah. And talking of that, you know, we always say you're getting up to some shifty schemes.
I normally do.
And today, see, I thought you were over it, but today you've come in with 2 new gold teeth. How does this benefit the society in any way?
So now I can go through metal detectors without setting them off because it's non-magnetic. It doesn't
before your teeth were made of
steel.
Really?
Yeah.
But not stainless.
No, I had to go in every week, get them redone.
Going to the dentist and they'd get out the hacksaw and the welding kit and they'd fix them up.
I went to the blacksmiths after that.
You did?
It was saving me some time.
Okay. Yeah. And we're joined also by the film guy. It's
the
Neil.
Film guy. Lovely. Is that me now?
That's you now. Yeah, the film guy. If we were going to make a film about Sam with gold teeth, what would we call it?
Oh, Biting for Gold.
Oh, I was going to call it gold. 2 gold teeth and nothing to say.
And we're joined by a very special guest this time.
Indeed.
Because many people think, you know, the Idle PodThing, that is the podcast of Bart's Bar.
That's the only one.
But then some others have come along. And so I'd like to introduce the host of what you may call a tribute podcast to us. I think so. Some less polite people may say a copycat podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want to go that far.
They take some of the best parts of this podcast, namely me, and put it into a different podcast.
Wait, you're on another podcast?
Is that allowed?
You've been seeing another podcast behind my back?
I didn't know we were exclusive. We'll talk about this in bed.
Okay.
In our podcast bed.
Would you please welcome Jad Steel, presenter of the Wild Mind podcast?
Hello.
Here he is. And it's so exciting to have you here because I never thought we'd ever have a guest from another podcast on here.
Am I the first one?
You're the first external guest.
Well, I mean, we've had the Ferret, we've had Mr. and Mrs. Smithson, we had the bus driver Clarence.
We had obviously the Ferret Father Christmas. We had Nog and Deeks, Deeks and Nogs.
Yeah. And actually, Max kind of counts as an outside guest because he has his own podcast that he does on his own where he just whispers racial slurs into a microphone.
Yeah.
That's
What's it called?
The podcast. Oh, I can't say what it's called. That's the problem.
It helps me wake up. It's my alarm.
Yeah. All right, let's start off with uni news.
Mm-hmm.
And the uni news is there's a new podcast with Jad Steel.
Adam. What happened to the intro song?
Oh, this is true. Well, maybe we should have the theme song for the Wild Mind podcast with Jad Steel as the introduction to uni news.
Okay. Yeah.
Wild Mind.
I got one thing to say.
I got it's the
Wild Mind.
wild, you say.
It's so wild, I want all the people to know about it.
How wild is it?
It's critically endangered.
Oh,
And it only exists in Borneo.
Oreo. That's wild.
Wow, that's a wonderful theme. And what I love about that theme song is Jad sings both parts in it.
Well, I was going to say,
know.
you know, in case anyone didn't know, it is a sex podcast. I mean, that you guys hit the tone pretty perfect.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Wild Mind.
Yeah.
And the humid heat of Borneo, where it's wet and sticky all year round.
Yep.
Wait a minute. You know, I said you've been seeing someone behind my back. I didn't mean literally. I didn't know that's what you two were doing on that podcast.
Hey, Adam, I am available to take over. Just
not in front of me,
Just putting
please.
it out there. Just putting
Not
it
in
out
front
there.
of me. How about, you know, we cut into the Wild Mind podcast?
Yeah, well, if we have the copyright or license agreement.
Can we have
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. We can do a clip.
Show somebody
Okay,
else.
here we go. We'll just see where it takes us. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Deepest Borneo. My name is Jad Steel, and we're here for another episode of the Wild Mind. Sam Strong joins me again, and ain't he strong? Let's get into today's topic. Do you want to tell us the topic, Sam?
The topic is, what's better, underneath or around the corner?
I've often thought of myself as very good round the corner. Not every man's equipped to go round the corner, but
No.
I would say that with my own equipment, I've been fantastically talented in reaching around all corners of different shapes: hexagons, octagons, tetrahedrons.
I would say I'm more of an underneath guy.
Well, I say, why don't we push each other, and why don't we try the opposite? You can go round a corner, and I will try the underneath approach.
Okay.
For our listeners right now,
Here we go.
here we go.
So that was episode 2.
All right, let's move on to Bath News then.
Yeah. Can we have an intro for Bath News, please?
Yeah.
Just a little jingle.
Yeah, just like jingle.
Welcome to Bath News. We don't have the coronavirus yet, but we might soon, and that'll be the biggest headline.
Ta-da!
Wow.
There you go. That
that's
was,
beautiful.
that was far more informative than usual.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The Bath News of the week is this is crazy. Five Guys opened up in Bath.
I saw
Five
that.
Guys. What, like, as in they
Sexually
restaurant.
They opened up
Oh, a
about
restaurant.
them. Oh, okay.
They're
Five
the
Guys.
restaurant. Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure,
Five's a lot.
and so I booked them regardless. Turns out, I accidentally just booked Five Guys, not the burger chain, and so I couldn't cancel on them because
right.
they were quite expensive.
Yeah, you can't be rude.
And so now
Yeah. Jesus, man. All right. Yeah.
Now we've got Five Guys.
Okay.
here.
Do you want to introduce all five of them?
Yeah. Okay. This is Roger. This is Rachel.
Yo.
This is Liam.
What's up?
That's Chris. And that's Michael.
Yo.
I made sure because I got it wrong. You guys have all been to the burger restaurant Five Guys.
Yo.
Oh, hell yeah.
No.
Rachel hasn't.
Rachel hasn't. I just thought, you guys all work together as a barbershop 5-tet.
Oh, yeah. Let's tune up, boys. And Rachel. Perfectly in tune.
So if you wouldn't mind just doing a little song about burgers,
we'd love to.
which would be great
We
because
would love to.
Thank you. It'd be good if you guys you take it away. You guys are the professionals.
Burgers. 5 burgers.
And fried.
Peanut oil.
Oh, yeah.
Fried in peanut oil.
And burgers.
And milkshakes.
And salads.
No.
Much sodium content.
And peanuts. Sacks and sacks of peanuts. You can get as many peanuts as you like.
Chicken nuggets are not available at this store. Burgers.
Real cheese is also available.
That's number 1.
That's number one. Is that played in every single Five Guys around the country?
That's number 1 in Borneo now.
Right.
Hell yeah, Big Mama.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, what was your name again?
My name's Liam.
You seem.
I'm sort of the sassy one in the group. I'm sort of like the Robert Williams.
So what's it like running a barbershop 5-tet?
And what's it like running the 5-tet? Well, we only live in a 2-bedroom house.
Right.
So it can get a bit ratty sometimes. The boys, Rachel obviously has to have her own room. So the other 4 live in one room.
Oh, one bed?
One bed, yep. And you know the really annoying thing, right? Michael,
Yeah.
That's me, yeah.
Michael, he loves to play this little prank, right? Do you know the song? The little one said, "Roll over."
Yeah,
We're all
yeah.
going to sleep, right?
I know
In the middle
that.
of the night, he just goes, and the little one says, "Roll over," and he pushes us all out of bed. Little bastard, it's only a single bed.
That's hilarious.
It's
That's classic. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, that's amazing.
There's another group called 4 Gals, and they're looking for a new member. And sometimes when Michael does that, I think maybe I should just leave.
Mm.
I'm sorry to say it live on air, guys.
Mm.
But I might have to leave the group.
You guys okay with that?
Yep.
I mean, I'm alright with it.
Oh. You
Well,
guys.
that's underwhelming.
Gosh, I should have booked the burger company. That's my fault.
Mm.
All right, you guys, go away. You guys have been terrible.
Are we going to get paid?
No.
Can we give you one last song?
I would love one more song.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's called Modern Life is a Catechism of Chaos.
Yeah. That's one of your favorites. I've heard that one.
Yep. You ready for the Catechism of Chaos, fellas?
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Chaos. Chaos. Loads and loads of chaos.
Ready?
Things are going wrong.
Sometimes you're in your
Very,
bed
very
and
wrong.
life says,
Yeah.
roll over,
Yeah.
but we won't. And that's an
Roll
example of
over.
the modern chaos that's in the catechism of life.
Rachel gets her own room.
'Cause she's a lady.
Not anymore.
There we go. I actually
song,
really
yeah.
bopped out to that.
You did.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm so sorry I booked you. It was a mistake. Thank you guys for coming along.
No problem, little daddy.
Yeah, not much has happened in Bath recently. I think that's just why I picked up on that.
Cool, medium-sized brother.
What's that about?
Nothing miniature sister.
Excuse me?
Sorry, jumbo-sized uncle.
I don't like the way you're talking to me right now.
Fine, microscopic hand.
One more time.
Sorry, ginormous second cousin twice removed.
You guys can leave. This has been regretful.
Check us out on Spotify.
I hate those guys.
I
Oh,
hate him.
man.
I'm
Jeez.
sorry about that.
Oh, I think those guys have made me contract something.
Oh my god.
Barbershop fever.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. Adam here. Now, this is normally the part in the podcast when we would do Totally Random Moment. However, since Jad's podcast came out, we've seen a drop in our income. And so instead of Totally Random Moment today, we have been forced to put on some adverts. Now, they won't be long, and there's only 2 of them. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and we'll see you in a bit.
Hello. If you're listening to this advert, it's likely you will have heard of a podcast called The Wild Mind Podcast with Jad Steel. Well, we here at recently interviewed Mr. Steel and learned something truly harrowing. We started by asking a simple question. Who has been his favourite guest so far? This is what he said.
A gorilla who eats bananas with his penis.
Like you, we were stunned, and so we tried to continue with the interview. We next asked Mr. Steel what his favourite thing was about his podcast, and he answered.
There's no shortage of monkey penis.
Horrified, we inquired why he chose to make a podcast about such a thing, and he said,
It's popular. That's what people want.
Clearly, the man was delirious. How can Mr. Steel justify his actions? Well, he told us.
The sex stuff seems to sell better.
The man was obviously insane. But things got worse as we asked him if he himself had ever hurt the monkeys.
If the sex stuff kind of gets boring, then yeah.
We now believed Mr. Steele's podcast to be an audio recording of his own private sex orgies with primates. We asked him if we were right, and he said,
So I'm going to have to say yes.
the man clearly had no shame. Our last question was simple. How had he become a person of such depravity?
I have no dreams in life.
Sad? Yes. Forgivable? No. If you've learnt anything from this advert, it should be this. Don't listen to the Wild Mind podcast with Jad Steel. Never. Good night.
This advert was made by attackads.com, taking people down since 1945.
Wow, what an interesting advert that was. Taught me some stuff I never would have thought, but I'm glad it did. I hope you found it very informative. I don't know what I'm going to do now when I want to listen to a podcast from Bath Spa University. Oh well, anyway, here's the second of our adverts and then we'll get back to the action.
Hello there, this is famous actor Sean Connery. I'm here to tell you about an incredible product known as the Idle PodThing. It's the only podcast made in Bath Spa University. It's a podcast of laughter, kindness, friendship, music, and more than anything, no monkey sex. I didn't know that was a big thing, but apparently it is. So remember, if you want to listen to a podcast from Barbershop University. The Idle PodThing is the only way to go. But also Daniel Clegg Sharks. Ha! Oh yes.
This advert was made by AfterAttackAds.com, making the adverts that go after the adverts that attack people since 1946.
All right, let's move on to the last segment. Now, there's no Max here today.
No.
Because we couldn't have him near a special guest.
Yeah.
That's a horrific
toxic.
idea. Yeah,
Well, I've got a restraining order on that man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not even a lie.
He is
back.
Yeah.
He has been in the corner.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
kept me tied up. So what we do instead is, and we thought we'd do a kind of instead of a Max's story, a Dragon's Den where we pitch podcast ideas to Jad.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we'll give him a little song.
We'll give him a little theme song. I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
You ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Jad, Oliver, Steel. It's time for Jad's pitch. Are you sitting comfortably? That's good. Oh yes. First up in the den is Neil, presenting his idea, for which he will give Jad 100% share in the business for 5.5 ruples.
So yeah, as you heard, you're getting 100% share. You know, I just want to get this out there, and the idea is, I mean, we've got many animals here at the university, and I've been worried about the sheep. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen the sheep in a long time, and I'm worried. So I want to create a podcast just for sheep.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to give a voice to the people who don't have a voice.
Of course.
You know, obviously sheep literally can't really speak.
But
so,
they can create noises, and other sheep can't understand what they're saying.
It's a genius idea because, you know, you're always looking for a way to, you know, give a voice to people who lack it in society. And yeah, I agree. Sheep don't really have a voice. I think you brought a clip you wanted to play.
Yes, of course.
We've got.
So this is what I did. I set up a barn and set up the equipment. I lured in 2 sheep. Don't ask me how I did that.
I think we'll roll the
Yeah,
clip.
we'll roll the clip.
Bah. Bah. Yeah.
Barry,
Yeah, you think he's gone?
I think he's gone. We can't let the humans know that we can actually talk.
No, this would be terrible for our society.
Completely destroy our plans of world domination.
I know.
You know, I often think it's quite a burden on us to be the 2 greatest minds of our generation.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult.
I feel like if we had better nutrition, not just grass, we could do something really special with our, with the gifts that we've been given.
It's true, Barry, it's true.
I know.
How's Sheila?
She ain't doing so great.
Barry,
Yeah.
does that look like a microphone to you?
What's a microphone?
I don't actually know. I've heard the humans talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This barn was built awfully quickly, wasn't it?
It was very quickly.
Wasn't it yesterday?
It was incredible.
Did you build it?
No, it was Sheila.
Nah, mate. She's been building that other barn. She's not done
Steve.
yet. Wasn't Steve?
Gary,
Might have been Gary. He's a mechanic.
Gordon,
Gordon, he helped, I reckon.
Jeff,
He's got back strain.
Diana,
He could be earlier.
Nashio,
Well, just because he's going to be doing manual labour.
Philomena,
She's nice,
Barbara,
if you ask me to.
Gary 2,
He wouldn't say no.
Gary 3,
He would say no.
Gary 4.
He can't speak.
Classic Garys.
Over in here, I'm just recording a podcast with sheep. Yeah, check out.
Grass.
Moo, I mean,
World domination by 2022.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. So you're showing a very vulnerable side.
I mean, so this podcast is right up your alley then.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to raise awareness for sheep, and there was a bit in there about world domination.
Was there?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand it.
Oh, of course.
You guys,
I didn't hear anything.
you guys didn't hear it?
It was
No, I didn't
non-stop
hear that.
barring.
well, no,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's all right because they're sheep. Obviously, it's given a voice to the voiceless, but they can't do anything,
Yeah.
so no one really cares. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant podcast.
Of course, yeah.
Wow.
Next up on the den, we have Adam, who's asking for 17 penny farthings for his podcast. Hello, Jad.
Hiya.
My pitch is for a new podcast called 5 Second Thoughts. Now, I've often believed that podcasts are at their best when people don't take the time to have an in-depth conversation on a single topic. So instead, I suggest a podcast that is 5 seconds an episode, where each episode has a subject introduced in the first second, and then the presenters take the next 4 seconds to ruminate their thoughts on that subject.
Have you got a?
I have got a clip.
Yeah. Do you want to roll the clip? Yeah.
Yeah. This is a clip of Samuel and Neil doing an episode all about anti-disestablishmentarianism, and they really get down to the detail in 5 seconds. Here you go.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
What I was thinking, right, is
There you go. You
Yeah,
see?
You know that's an idea. You know, and I like ideas.
Do you want to hear another one?
That's a tough question. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this one is how is opera keeping up with modern demand?
how is opera keeping up with modern demand?
I would say that basically with the introduction of modern...
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, you get everything.
Yeah.
You know? It kind of makes my podcast pointless, which I like.
Yeah.
Because I hate doing my one. And all I want to do is do nothing while other people do all the work. So yeah, I mean, have you got another one? Because I'd love to hear some more. Yeah.
This one's called this one I did by myself, and it's called Is Torture Wrong?
Yeah.
Is torture wrong? Yes. Great.
Oscar winning. You know,
Yeah.
how, and you were looking for how
so
much
much
money?
stuff goes over the top. 17 penny farthings. I would like for that.
Because
Let
that's
me
what
give you
white
some more.
people
Let me give you
use.
some more.
Yeah,
We'll just go through a few.
I'm just enjoying it at this point.
Let's have one I did, which was called pasta.
Pasta shapes. Long.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Let's have another one.
Didn't you do one where Adam justifies the Holocaust?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear that one?
Yeah.
Adam justifies the Holocaust. Overpopulation's a bitch.
Well, I don't really know what to say apart from.
Well, I didn't you do an episode which is called
It was called Jad Makes His Orgasm Sound. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Jad makes his orgasm sound. Jad. And it's really as simple as that. Like, you know,
very punchy. Can I get my penny farthings?
On one hand, yes. On the other hand, I don't know what that is.
Penny farthing is a bicycle from the Victorian area with one wheel bigger than the other wheel.
How many do you want? 5?
17.
17.
Yes.
Okay.
What I would like to do is to attach them to make a tandem penny farthing
Yeah.
of 17 penny farthings
Yeah,
long.
yeah, yeah. I can see how that. Yeah, that makes sense. I can get you 5 mountain bikes.
That's 10 wheels total.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you could get me 3 adult mountain bikes and 2 child mountain bikes, and then I can swap the wheels over to make my own penny farthings.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah.
I can take them down Route 66 like I've always dreamed.
That can be arranged. Yeah.
That goes straight to Borneo, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Exactly.
Like
And
Borneo.
the best form of transport is bicycle.
Yeah.
To Borneo.
And also, if there's 5 of them, I could get the 5 guys to ride them
Exactly.
for me.
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. All right. I'll take that offer.
Done. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean,
Wow.
it's nothing but good podcast today.
It is.
No, all great ideas. All great
Yeah.
ideas.
Stop. Yeah.
Side note: my orgasm sound is also Jad.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we saying? We wrapping up?
I think we wrap up.
Oh wait, shall I plug my?
Hey,
I don't need to plug my podcast, do I?
tell us about your podcast.
It's available on all platforms. It's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at the Wild Mind Podcast, Jad Steel. And yeah, it's for students, by students. It's kind of like this podcast, except nothing like it. And we talk about kind of mental health and
It's
how
the best advert you could have given it. It's the opposite of this podcast.
And we bring different students on every week and talk about how they deal with uni and mental health and whatnot. And it's a really good one. And Sam does the audio.
I do.
But yeah, Yeah.
Hi everybody, it's me again. Now I'm here for 3 reasons, and that's because 1, we forgot to record an actual end to the podcast where we say goodbye to you, which is very rude, so I apologise. Number 2, I wanted to tell you Jad's podcast is brilliant, whatever that attack ad says, okay? I don't know who would make something like that. It is abhorrent, really. Horrific. Number 3, we recorded this before the virus hit, so we are all now scattered around the UK. We're no longer living in the Idle Playthings mansion where we all Live Together that Sam bought for us, funded by his various ne'er-do-well schemes. Ne'er-do-well? Ooh, I'm on a roll. And so we wanted to let you know that over the next few weeks, we are going to be putting out content on our various social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, the Idle PlayThings. And that content will be more podcasts. We're going to be doing a podcast of sketches and maybe some stand-up. And I think we were going to do one where we actually talk seriously about trying to do comedy, stuff like that. Although if we are doing a serious one, obviously Max can't be on it. But we will do a podcast where we catch up with him as well. He's been in quarantine for a long time, a very long time. And he's been on his own in quarantine for a while now, so who knows what horrific schemes he's hatched for when he can unleash himself back on the world. So we'll have a chat with Max. Is that appetizing? I don't think so, is it? It's not going to make you want to listen to more. And then we've also got Taskmaster coming out. We recorded our own version of Taskmaster a little while ago, and so that will be coming out soon. And then Mr. Nick Webber, Secretary of the Society, has created something called BS News, BS for Bath Spa, and also you get the idea. And that's a sort of a weekend updatey type thing with little sketches and stuff, and it's really funny. And he's been working on that, so... And yeah, we'll have loads of new stuff for you. Keep you entertained in these dour times. Dour? I'm kicking out of the park today. Stay tuned for more brilliance like attack ads about monkey sex. No one does it like us. Not monkey sex. The podcast. We don't do stuff with monkeys that... yeah. Shh!
You want me to stop?
Yes.